Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be reviewing 90 Day Fiance. So I'm very excited because, this is the tell all. I know I'm a little late, but let's get started. Okay, so now we got started. The tell all starts, and Natalie and Mike come in separately. Of course they came in separately. You know they can't get along for more than 2 seconds. And when they get when the host starts asking questions, she's asking them what's going on. How would you rate your relationship on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst? And Natalie says a 6. Michael says a 7. They're lying. Now they know that should be a 1. That relationship has been terrible. Like, the only reason they got married was so that she could stay in the country. So what are they trying to prove? But we'll see what happens. Right now, Natalie doesn't want to answer the question about why she came separate from Michael. But I just have a feeling by the end of the show, she's going to tell the truth because she's going to get pissed off and she's going to start snapping. You know how she gets. Natalie and the monster, Michael. And they're asking him, how does he, think it felt for Natalie to do that to her? Why would he do that the night before the wedding? And he's saying he got cold feet. But the thing is, you should have never agreed to marry her in the first place. They should have never agreed to get married. I don't know why it went this far. It was all a mistake from the beginning. And now Michael says he feels like crap because of what he did. But he was out the night before until I don't know what time in the morning, because she said when she woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, he wasn't there. And then, out of all people, Jovi decides to ask him how would he feel if that was her, if he couldn't find her the day before the wedding. And I'm like, Jovi, that's a good question, but you are the last person who should have asked that question, because you've been trifling and rude and disrespectful this whole damn time, and we still don't know what happened with you when you went upstairs with that stripper. Oh, but I am sure we are going to find out. I'm sure you will be questioned, so you might want to just keep your mouth shut. I saw that coming. As soon as Joey opened his mouth, they turned around and flipped it to him, and they call him out already. He has been busted, and they are showing him when he went to go and have a private dance, apparently. Let me show you guys, just to jog your memory.
I'm the friend that somehow gets somebody to give us a bottle of champagne out of nowhere. And I'm the friend like to send y'all to upstairs.
Y'all.
Feel a very good time. You're forcing me. Say whatever you want.
You're forcing me. You're forcing this grown man with a pregnant wife. That's right, Yara. You are absolutely right. I can't stand it when a man does something wrong and they talk to the woman and they say, well, you let him do that. You let him come in at 4 o'clock in the morning. You let him go to strip clubs. You let him do whatever. He's a grown man. I'm a woman. I can tell him all day long what I don't want, what I don't like, and what, and that is disrespectful. But he can still do it at the end of the day. So what can she do? The only thing she can do is threaten to leave him, maybe. I don't know, but it's not her. It is not her fault. But Jovi, I bet you won't do that again, though. I bet you learned that day.
Have you ever slept with a stripper?
No.
It's a lie.
Jovi!
What a first question. You couldn't have warmed up to it
Oh my
first?
gosh, Jovi!
Y'all could have warmed up to it.
Would it be a bad thing if Yara found out?
Of course.
True.
Wow.
Damn, Mike, I thought y'all had a bad.
Oh my God.
That you took the test.
Well, you know what, Jovi? At least you kept it real. Like, at least you caught yourself and you admitted that you thought you were doing better than somebody else. And now you know. You should have kept your mouth Shut, fool.
Still isn't happy. I just don't know what to say. It's made me really mad. Like, I don't think it's respectful to me as your woman to put somebody, to put a stripper on you and sitting and talking and hugging her. It's unrespectful to me.
That's right.
Why would you put some woman to your knees when you have a woman with your home?
Sitting on your lap.
He's a grown-ass man and I can't tell him what to do. Like, what should I scream on him? Should I yell? Should I do what? Being a psycho for he doesn't go there? What can I do to him? Like, I can't do nothing.
Okay, so they're finally talking to Brandon and the go-go dancer, his wife Julia, and everything they've gone through. Like, she had it so hard working in that farm and cleaning up after those animals, being in that house with a mom, living with a mama's boy. Like, that was tough. And Brandon just, I don't understand. I just don't understand why he would do that to Julia. You know, she's coming from another country. Like, they've had it hard. But anyway, they're married now and they're still going through issues. Even though they're sleeping in the same room and all that, they still have issues. And the problem is the mom, Brandon's mom, is too meddling. She meddles in their relationship and it's just too much. They need to grow up. They need to start their lives together and have their own place because it's not their house. They don't have a choice. She needs to clean help with those animals. He needs to help. They got to do what they got to do. They got to respect his mother's house. And that's just the way it is until they get the heck out of there. So I would think by now, though, that Brandon could have saved up some money and will be putting in some extra hours so that he can get the heck out of there ASAP for the sake of their marriage. Because if they don't get it together, this is not gonna last. So now the truth is coming out about Julia. Julia played the victim the whole time about how she had to work on that farm and clean up after those animals. But now the truth comes out. And come to find out, she was doing that because she was trying to spend more time with Brandon. She didn't have to clean those animals. But if she didn't, when he got home, he'd have to do it. And that would take up time with them together. So everybody's going in on her saying, you played the victim for this whole season and now the truth has come out. But I mean, she's got to do what she's got to do. She's living in the house. She needs to do something. I don't know what she expects. They're not paying rent. That's what she's got to do. They are going in on Julia and Brandon. They're just like letting them know, if you don't want to have a baby, you need to be on birth control, because they're talking about the mom. Because you remember how she called her doctor trying to get Julia on birth control without Julia even asking for that. So she's just like, well, you know, I checked. But you know what? As a mom, as a parent, I don't blame her. That's what parents do. They try to help their kids, especially when it comes to their children having babies before it's time. Because Julia and Brandon are not doing the right thing, and they're lucky she hasn't gotten pregnant yet. And what do you look like getting pregnant living at home with your mom? Like, they needed to use some type of protection, and they weren't doing it. So you know what? I do think his mom needs to fall back in a lot of areas, but I don't think she was wrong for that. So come to find out, before Natalie and the monster got married, the monster's mom decides to call the neighbor Tamara and ask her to stand up and say, I object to them getting married, since she couldn't be there. Which is so messed up, because she had a problem with their relationship and she felt like her son wasn't happy, and she didn't like Natalie. No, she didn't like the way that Natalie tried to change Michael. And it's like, he is a big ass, grown ass man. Why you felt the need to protect him like he was some weak little boy or something. I don't know. But mom, you should have stayed out of that. You need to mind more of your own business rather than theirs. Maybe instead of trying to be so involved in stopping that wedding, you can be involved in updating your hairstyle and putting some makeup on. Maybe you could have done that. Okay? Because he's just fine. He's a big guy. He's sitting there on this stage. The button's about to pop out and hit the camera at any second now. He can take care of himself. The hell is Natalie gonna do to him? How dare you? I'm with Rebecca. Rebecca didn't appreciate it either. And she was talking about how she would never do anything like that. Rebecca had a little attitude, and I cannot wait until it gets to her. At the end of the day, it's not Natalie's fault. What can Natalie do to hurt this big ass monster? It's not her fault. She came from another country. She's by herself. She has no friends there. You didn't have to do her like that. Like, why couldn't you just be a friend to her? And, Natalie didn't do anything to deserve that. And for her to find out like this, I don't think they should have been married either. I don't know what Tamara's talking about. She saw them. She saw the sparks. They were in love, because they damn sure didn't capture any of that on camera. But at the end of the day, nobody knows what's going on in their house. Maybe they did have a good thing going on. We just didn't see it. We're not with them 24/7. Production's not recording 24/7. But that was just messed up. And Natalie has nobody here. All she has is the monster, Tamara, and Uncle Bo. And you want to treat her like that? Ugh. The nerve. Oh my gosh. So this is a good episode. So they are going in on Julia. Like, they need to give Julia a break. Damn. So Rebecca decides to go and get this something like Botox. She gets the wrinkles out of her forehead. She has gotten a mini tummy tuck. And she's eating right. She's losing weight. She's, doing all these things, trying to look younger. And she got lip injections. So then Natalie's looking at it like, oh, you got lip injections? Girl, I did that too, but mine didn't look as good as yours. And, everybody's telling her that, that's what she wanted to do. There's nothing wrong with that. So then Jovi's wife comes in, and Yara, and she's giving her opinion about how she had her nose done. And, that's what she needed to do because she didn't like her nose. So Julia is just like, I don't think you needed to do that. I think you look good the way that you are. And I think that if you want to lose weight, you just need to go to the gym. People are so lazy, they just need to go to the gym. And honestly, I was just talking about that with my girlfriend the other day, and how a lot of people go and do these surgeries because they're too lazy to work out, or they think it's going to be a quick and simple fix. But a lot of times when you do this stuff, your body will be changed for life, and not in a good way. And so I feel like it's good to accept yourself for who you are, where you are, and just love yourself. On the other hand, if you got it and you want to do it, that's your choice. It's a personal choice. But, some things I do agree, like they said, some things you can't fix with just working out. Like, your hormones are changing, especially as a woman and you've had babies and different things. Like, it's harder to lose the weight. So I see on both sides, but damn, they giving her the business, because Yara came at Julia and was like, look, I'm just giving my opinion. I didn't say it's anything wrong. This is just my opinion. And Yara was like, yeah, your opinion sounds like judgment. And I'm like, damn, because just 5 minutes ago, y'all were best friends because you're both from Russia and you talking, having a good old time. But damn, Yara, like, you giving her the business don't forget, like, she's young. You didn't have to do Julia like that. Naturally, Natalie is pissed, and she doesn't even want to sit down and have lunch with the monster. They just can't catch a break. Like, damn. I wonder if they're already filing for divorce and we just don't know it yet. Or I just don't know it yet, because I definitely don't see this marriage working. Okay, now see, this is what Julia was talking about. Everybody want to get it. Now, Rebecca went and got this surgery. Now her husband Zia is talking about he might do it too for his stomach. And Julia's like, just go to the gym. Like, what do you need to do this for? Especially as a man. And he's like, oh, and Rebecca's like, oh, it won't happen fast enough. He wants it to happen faster. I'm telling you, now that's the laziness that Julia was talking about. And that's why I've got to agree with her on that. Get your ass in the gym, put down the fork, eat a salad. Like, especially as a man, work out. People are so lazy because what's going to happen is you're going to get this surgery and spend thousands of dollars to get your stomach smaller. And as soon as you heal, and it goes and you see that your stomach is smaller, it's just gonna blow up again because you're not doing anything right to maintain it. Okay, so now you paid thousands of dollars to help your stomach go down, to get a flat stomach. You get a flat stomach for 2 minutes, and 2 minutes later your stomach is fat again. And now, not only is it fat, but the fat is gonna be looking even worse than it did in the beginning because the weight, the fat is going to go to different areas because they've taken it out of one spot, and you're just going to look deformed and you're going to be in pain because when that happens, your body feels so tight. Listen, I'm telling you, I know, not from experience, because I never did it, thank you Jesus, but I know someone who's done it, and that's what they tell me. And so it's not a good idea. Save your money, save your body. Just like Julia said, it's not natural, and I don't recommend it. Well, we all know Zied was happy about that work that she got done. But, like he said, he was with her before then, and I don't get the impression that he was forcing her to get that work done either. So then they took a trip down memory lane back when they went to dinner with when Zied and Rebecca went to dinner with her daughter and her daughter's friend. And Rebecca just swears that young girl was hitting on Zied, and she's still not happy about that. But it's just like, whatever. Like, Rebecca, get over it. Like, everybody doesn't want Zied. He's a handsome guy, but that stomach is definitely leading the way. I am so happy that Rebecca's daughter and her daughter's boyfriend, with that horrible hair and that earring he had in his ear, that was getting on my nerves. Anyway, I was happy that she, put everything to bed as far as them trusting Zied. They realized that he loves and adores their mother. So that's good. Because I felt like he loved her too. And so anyway, that's finally put to bed. But what's up with her daughter's boyfriend's hair? Can you let me know? Like, get your man together. Because you look better than that.
We're hesitant.
You don't look like that.
So that was kind of a red flag for everybody.
Okay, everybody, I just want to let you know that it's time for Amira and Andrew to have the conversation, but Amira, she feels like she's going to have a panic attack. She feels so bad, and she does not want anything to do with Andrew, and he will never, ever control her again. So she's not going to do this unless she can be on screen, on camera, by herself. No Andrew, no Andrew. Meanwhile, Andrew is pissed, and the real beast in him, or monster, that's the real monster. The real monster in him is not happy, and he said he will not do this if Amira is not on screen, because he came there to have the conversation and he wants to talk to her. No, he came there so that he can go off and be the butthole that we all know that he is with her once more, because he never got to speak his final piece because she made sure of that. She made sure she never gave him the time of day again. She said, oh no, Andrew, I am deleting you. Oh, one moment. Let me delete you from my phone, from my life. I'll never talk to you again. And then before I delete you, let me block you. Like my daddy said, my father told me, he said, no, I just want you to be happy. And I don't trust Andrew. And I should have listened to my father, but I didn't. But now I've made a choice. I'm a strong woman now. And I will never allow Andrew to control me again. Fuck you, Andrew. Fuck you.
I'm not gonna accept this style here. So I will go home if I'm not allowed to have this kind of conversation.
Andrew, we can't force anybody to do anything. We can't force you to stay.
Okay, well then I am gonna.
But we also can't force Amira to talk to you.
You can see when he was looking like he was ready to kill somebody.
Can't force Amira.
Look at him right there. He lost it. He's like, I'm over this.
This isn't a fair agreement at all.
Well, you can see how. See how ugly
like,
he can get.
I want my ride.
And that's why Amira don't want to be nowhere. Even she ain't even in the country. She's in a whole nother country, and she still don't even want to be on camera with this man.
Damn.
So guys, that's the show for today. That is the part 1 of Tell All, and I cannot wait for the next one because I am dying to hear what Andrew and Amira are going to say and do. I want to know what's going to go on with them. I want to know what's going on with Tyreek and his wife and all this threesome business they got going on. I just wish they would just let that go. Just give it up. Just give it up. And I hope they can, anyway, we'll see what happens with them. But also, by the way, I didn't say anything about the one Death Becomes Her and her man who was climbing trees in Belize and everything, coconut trees. I didn't say anything about them because those fools aren't there. Now, they didn't tell us why they're not there, but I think we all know why they're not there because that whole storyline was just BS. After she dumped the one guy, now the next day she was with his cousin again. It was just ridiculous. So I'm sure we won't be hearing from them again. She's probably off somewhere having some magical surgery or some injections or something so she can be forever young, and maybe she's getting her hair done and getting some pigtails put in it again. I don't know, but she ain't there and nobody misses her. So I will see you guys next time, which is going to be very soon, for the Tell All Part 2. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.